There it goes. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom.
On and on about the deck.
Shalom, shalom.
On and on about the deck.
All right, first and foremost, first and foremost, call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Makak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom Labaharyam. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, which is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hashem, which means in the name of Yahweh Shai, is the name of the only begotten Son who was sent to deliver the children of Israel from their sins. Hashem Wadash means in the name of the Holy Spirit, which is the volume of the book, Spirit of Truth. Shalom to the elect out there, man. And something that the Spirit gave me today, I was dwelling on Apostle Tahar. He said, the Spirit, you should look for the Spirit that gives you the videos. And I felt that. And here I am. All right. And the name of this video is Senses Exercise, Try My Reins. All right. Scriptures talk about your senses being exercised. The scriptures talk about, him that was given unto strong meat, which I'm going to get into. And basically, when you have a man of experience, his senses are supposed to be exercised. All right. Trying my reins, all right, we're going to get into, deals with one of those senses that need to be exercised. Okay. But first, you have to understand that there are many senses. How they say is the sixth sense, where the scriptures talk about a seventh sense. Okay, and this is where you really get to know your inner self. Okay, that was Sirach. Call his brother back. Sirach chapter 17 and verse. I'll start at verse 1. The Lord created man of the earth and turned him into it again. He gave them few days and a short time, and a power also over the things therein. He endured them with strength by themselves and made them according to his image. What is the image? The image is the order of things. Okay, that righteousness, that godly lifestyle. Okay, that's the image of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Remember, the law was oracle. All right, they had a sense of it, so you can understand. All right, it says, and put the fear of man upon all flesh, and gave him dominion over beasts and fowls. Right, because of the law, statutes, and commandments, because of those ordinances, they received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord, and in the 6th place, he imparted them understanding, and in the 7th speech, an interpreter of the cogitations thereof, or the cogitations, thereof. Okay, now it said what? Verse 6: counsel and a tongue and eyes and ears and heart gave he them to understand. So you have the counsel, 1, a tongue, 2, eyes, 3, ears, and heart, which means what? Your mind, right? It says, with all he filled them with the knowledge of understanding and showed them good and evil, right? Which is what? He's talking about from the beginning, during the time of Adam, when they were created, they were given a particular understanding to show good and evil. That's why they ate from the tree of life. Okay, and then later on they ate from the knowledge of good. They ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which they didn't have to. They should have just ate from the tree of life, because that's what gave them the proper understanding. All right. It says what? Withal, he filled them with the knowledge of understanding and showed them good and evil. He set his eye upon their hearts that he might show them the greatness of his works. All right. But the point of the matter is that sixth sense, which is what? Dealing with the knowledge of good and evil. Now, when you go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 5. Okay. It says, we'll start at verse 12. For when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again. Right. So when we came into the knowledge, we were babes. All right. And as a babe, you don't really know your senses. All right. You start to learn your senses. You start to learn what your senses do. Okay. So you had to be what? Taught again. All right. Which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. Right. What is milk known for? To build your bones, to build your endurance, to help your senses. Okay. For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. Right. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of a full age. Right. And that's the part that we focus on. If you are of a full age, you supposed to have your senses exercised. Okay? No one should have to tell you every single little thing to do according to the Spirit. All right? And that's what I'm going to get into with your reins. All right? Your true intentions should have you in league or on board on what the body is, how the body is moving. Not on your own accord. And it makes me reflect on the beginning with the time of Adam, because Adam was a priest and he knew from the tree of knowledge, the tree of life, and they were on one accord already. They didn't have someone break down every law of the letter to tell them what they were doing and what they weren't doing. They moved in the Spirit. All right, and that's what we're getting back under this second Adam. The second Adam is giving us instruction according to the Spirit. That's why Solomon said what? Be not wise over much, but be not wicked over much. Okay? There's a nature. Peter spoke about a divine nature. All right? An aura. Okay? I'm going to call his brother back. A divine nature, man. All right? Something that's understood between particular souls. That's it. Okay? It says, but strong meat belongeth to them that are of a full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. If your senses are exercised, you've been in the truth for X amount of time, you're supposed to have a certain amount of experience things should be clicking already. All right? You shouldn't have to be told things that are told unto a novice. All right? So it says, now from there, we'll go to all right, it's just tripping right now. Bear with me a second. In other words, you should be moving with the Spirit, man. All right? Moving in the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua according to what the Spirit is given. All right? According to the season. Okay? Bear with me. Let's go back to my search. All right? My history. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 26, and verse 1. All right? Psalm of David, judge me, O Lord, for I have walked in mine integrity. I have trusted also in the Lord. Right. See, David is making a separation between his integrity and also to what? When he trusted in the Lord. Okay? Which they go hand in hand. All right, if you trusting in the Lord, you moving in the spirit. It shows what? Your intentions. All right? It says, therefore I shall not slide, meaning you're not going to fall. Okay? And the NLT, it says, declare me innocent, O Lord, for I have acted with integrity. I have trusted in the Lord without wavering. Okay? Verse 2, it says, examine me, O Lord, in the KJV, then I'll go to NLT, and prove me, try my reins and my heart. There's a separation of the reins, and there's a separation of what the heart is. The heart, which is your lob, which is your mind, right? But your reins, in the NLT I'll read, but we'll go to the Hebrew as well, because that's important. All right, put me on trial, O Lord, and cross-examine me, test my motives and my heart. Okay, you should examine your own motives. Examine your own intentions. Examine your own emotions. All right? Yo, bro, I'll call you right back. I'm going to call you right back in the middle of the video. Shalom. Right? It says, for my loving kindness, bear with me. Let's get the word for reins in the Hebrew. All right? In the Hebrew, it says, call Yah. Call Yah. That's heavy because the word call means all, and Yah, when you put those two characters together, that's short for the name of the Heavenly Father, no matter how you slice it. All right? So you all in on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Your reins, it says your kidneys of physical organ, of seat of emotion and affection. It's figuratively speaking, that's what it represents. Of seat of emotion and affection, right? So David is saying, look, try my heart, try my mind, all right? Because that's what they call the devil's playground. The scriptures tell you that the heart is deceitful above all things, all right? So you can win particular wars in your mind, but what about what you go out there and do? That shows your emotions. That shows your intentions, all right? Because Satan can trick your mind, yo. Have you thinking that you on point, but you not. Why? Because what you're doing shows otherwise. That shows forth your intentions. That's your reins. All right? So it says here, let's jump. All right? We're going to get to the words of Yahweh Shai. This is Revelation chapter 2. Okay? Now, it's ultimately talking about Jezebel, which you had a church in Asia Minor that was dallying with harlots. All right? Their spirit was being rocked off course. Okay, because they were woman worshiping, men. All right, that's what Jezebel, the old story of Jezebel and Ahab, the king of Israel at the time, dealing with Jezebel. He was woman worshiping. And she had him dealing with them harlots and dealing with them gods, man. Sacrificing things unto idols. All right, had him eating things. And he was the king. See, we always talk about the spirit of Saul, the house of Saul being back. The spirit of the house of Rehoboam, Jeroboam, all right, that young rebellious nature, right? But then also, too, you got the spirit of Jezebel. You got the spirit of Balaam and Balak that's on the scene right now, which ultimately deal with the fornication of other gods because you dealing with too much in the world, man. See, the world will pull you into a whole nother realm that you basically, you cashing a check your ass, you writing a check your ass can't cash. You can't go head up with the world on your own. Yahweh Shai helped carrying his cross, man. Furthermore, right, it says, verse 20, I'm going to get to the point. Verse 23, and I will kill her children with death, and all the churches shall know that I am he which searcheth the reins and hearts, and I will give unto every one of your according to your works. That's your reins. What are you doing? Okay? What are you doing? Okay? You can offend the body, man, and still be doing the things that look good on camera so you can understand. But the body is being affected, but on camera you look good. That's not good enough. That's what Israel needs to understand. All right? And that's what all these different followers of these different camps, different churches, if you will, they give praise to these individuals because they look good on camera, but they're really offending the body. And it's the same thing that happens in all the camps, if you want to get technical, because it's the same thing that happens in Great Millstone. Okay? And I'm saying that because that's something that we need to analyze. All right? Not the glitz and the glamour and things of that nature. And it's not even necessarily about the glitz and the glamour, but you just want to look good in front of brothers, and it looks good in front of brothers, and it makes you feel good. It boosts your confidence. All right? But what about how is what you're doing in your everyday life affecting the brotherhood? That also needs to be examined. That's your reins. All right? Excusez-moi. All right? This is serious business, man. Serious business, man. Verse 24. But unto you I say, and unto the rest in Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan, as they speak, I will put upon you none other burden, but that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. Okay? And then that's when it goes in, you giving scepters and things like that, because you have, what is holding fast? Ultimately, you keeping Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai first. Now, that also gets into my other point, because the scriptures tell you, it says that no man can serve two masters. All right? Except what? He hate one and love the other. And that's why when you get into Exodus, the 21st chapter, okay? When you put the pieces together, brother, Exodus 21:1, it says, now these are the judgments which shall set before them, right? Not that part, right? Yeah. Verse 2, if thou buy a Hebrew servant 6 years, he shall serve. And in the 7th, he shall go out free for nothing. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons and daughters, the wife and her children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master and wife and my children, I will not go out free. Okay? Because this man obviously had an affection toward his master. All right, that's, again, the scriptures tell you, it says no man can serve two masters. He would love one and hate the other. In other words, one master can be the world, the other master could be Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. If your mind frame is set forth to serving something outside of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in the body, and I'm talking about physical service. Remember what Yahushua said to Simon, the Pharisee. He came in his house. Yahushua, he lodged Yahushua in the house, and he was speaking all pomp about himself, how well he does, and what he does, and for the Israel, and how he does it for Israel. But he said, and he spoke ill about that woman, Mary, that washed his feet. Right? He said, look, man, basically in so many words, you did all this, but this woman here washed my feet. She do a greater service than you. Why? Because she was willing to serve Yahweh Shai's body. I'm telling, all the glitz and the glamour don't mean nothing. Hate to put it that way, or I hate to demonstrate it in that fashion, but that's how it's coming out. What matters really is the things that are off the camera, man. Like me and, myself and the particular brothers, we talk about, the media and how they portray certain players. Hey, man, I learned from a wise man, you'll watch a boxing match and turn the commentators off. You'll get another outlook on that fight. Because the commentators like to tell the people what looks good. And they captivate the minds of the people who really don't understand the sweet science. And that's what's happening in Israel. See, the cameras is on, the lights is on. And Jake be out there trying to look good. And it looks good amongst a lot of people. But when it comes down to that report card, yeah, you can show up to school, but that report card come out and show that you ain't been working to your fullest potential. Then what? Who you serving, man? All right? So if your reins ain't being tried, your senses ain't going to be exercised, and you not really truly serving the power, man. Especially, and this is really towards, particular men that you should, look, all of us should be expecting more of ourselves. All right? Point blank, period. You a man in the faith that been around, you should be looking to do more all the time. And you should have, no, excuse me, let me take that back. You should look to take the initiative. You should have the initiative to know what the hell to do, man. And that shows the difference between a woman and a lady. Let me say that, man. All right? To put it in that synopsis, if you will. All right? That shows the difference between a child and an adult. All right? Because they know how to take the initiative. A lot of these women out here, they want a man. I'm just putting that out there. They want a man that I want a man that's going to lead. Do you know how to take the initiative? Do you know how to do things without being told? Because quite frankly, a man don't really want to say nothing. We don't want to get into arguments and things of that nature. But that happens because individuals, and in this case, women don't know how to take the initiative. A lot of times, men get into arguments with men, I'm talking about within the camps, because what? There's no initiative being taken. That shows the difference, man. Take the initiative, man. You shouldn't want to be told what to do all the time, man. That's what it means to be in the spirit, man. Somebody got to tell you something all the time, man. I brought out the precepts. Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Akakudah. Shalom.